This video is sponsored by CASETiFY. Content creators be like, man, that zoom on the S23 Ultra still sucks. Look at it, you can't even see it properly. Look at how blurry those images are. Look at the shutter lag, it's lagging, it's lagging. That title and thumbnail, I know, it's probably why Samsung will never take me to San Fran, you know? But it will all make sense in a minute, hear me out. It's not as bad as you think. It's not great though. If you're just looking for praising Samsung videos, there are plenty of other channels for that. I love my tech gadgets and I clearly love my Samsung stuff too. Things like the S6 Edge, probably even before then, but I remember distinctly getting that phone around 2015 maybe, because it was different. You know, it had innovation in it. It broke away from the mold at the time. But here on this channel, I just enjoy giving you my balanced view on what I think first and foremost as a consumer myself, right? Samsung didn't take me to San Fran. A bit salty about that, but you know, they never gave me any freebies. But even if they had done, I think I'd still feel the same, you know, just less poor. But here, how did we go from this, for example, the S21 Ultra, oh hang on, this looks awful, just get rid of this. How did we go from this, a lovely S21 Ultra, to this, it's okay I guess, to now this. It's not the real one by the way, it's just a dummy one. I don't know, feels like it went backwards for me. On reflection though, if you consider smartphones in general, it's quite unfair on Samsung to call them boring, right? Well, it's very unfair. What they've been doing in the last few years in this space, you know, is anything but boring, quite the opposite, clearly. But if we put foldables to one side, I gave Apple a lot of stick for the iPhone 12, 13 and 14. I even said it's basically the same shit. In my opinion, Apple did actually go backwards with the iPhone. So yes, I was personally expecting a little bit more from Samsung, something a little bit more adventurous, you know? But that's just from a design perspective. The S23 Ultra does bring some really good stuff as well. It's not just doom and gloom, don't worry. And before I talk about the actual changes and improvements that they made, which do sound amazing, I've got to be honest, check this out. I even went to the trouble of getting a render done in 3D with what I thought would have been a really cool change. It was only a concept, but by the time I was done with that render, like in October last year, I thought I was really ahead of the curve. We already knew what the S23 Ultra would look like, so it goes to show that the constant leaks and this kind of, you know, they're getting earlier and earlier now, kind of ruin a little bit the excitement of getting a new phone, you know? Anyway, back down to earth here. We didn't get the redesign, but we got loads of improvements. Starting with the new camera system, there seems to be a serious issue with it again, which I'll talk about in a minute, but with the power of the new Snapdragon, Samsung is using artificial intelligence. That's like the new buzzword now, isn't it? My toaster is using AI now. On a serious note, they are using computational photography here to really upscale the quality of the zoom. From the pictures I've seen, they look incredible, so forget moon pictures. This time we're probably going to see beyond Mars, right? Of course, like last year and the year before, you and I will be the judge of that. That feature, the zoom, is not something that I find myself using a lot. I did do some comparison though in this video over here, and when you compare even the S22 Ultra and the Fold against the latest iPhone 14 Pro Max, yeah, the zoom absolutely smokes the iPhone. It's so much more clear, you can get so much closer. I'm more interested in how portrait shots will look, you know, and just normal kind of point and shoot photos as well, especially in low light situations. To me, there's not much point getting all excited about 200 megapixels, sounds like amazing, but if the pictures don't look good, it won't matter, right? The S22 Ultra again already produces amazing portraits and, you know, normal photos, and I've got the crappy Exynos version here, you know, point and shoot, portrait photos, amazing stuff already. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the S23 Ultra will deliver. Now, I also hope that the color hasn't changed too much, because again, this has been quite inconsistent in Samsung phones in the past. What I've been seeing on the Fold 4 and S22 Ultra has been pretty good already. The other thing I'm really curious about is how much they've improved on video. Now, I don't care too much about 8K videos, that sounds amazing again, but you know, are we gonna get a decent 4K video at 24 frames per second or even 30 frames per second? That has a lot more use to me. If you post stuff online to TikTok or Instagram or things like that, or you just like doing videos, that's gonna be more important for you. At the moment, I gotta say, I can't get rid of my iPhone, you know, pretty much because of that. The video quality is just better, well, and the Apple Watch as well. Don't take my word for it though, you know, you can check that comparison that I did here. It was really fascinating to see how much the Fold, for example, with the Snapdragon processor as well, has come a long way, and in some cases actually did a much better job than the iPhone and the S22 Ultra. Before I forget, this YouTube thing is super hard, especially for new channels like this one. You know, I'm not a full-time content creator, I'm doing this late after work, and if you're enjoying this video, a thumbs up does go a long way. You may not think that, but it does really help. And if you don't like this video, that's okay, let me know how I can improve it. I appreciate that I'm still learning as well. And check out the channel, feel free to have a look, and if you like my stuff, it would be awesome if you subscribe. I'm here at least once a week with a new down-to-earth tech video for you. Back to this new camera system, Samsung have actually improved the underlying technology again, which I can't even believe they could have done it, because it's, you know, it was already great. And I'm not going to bore you with the details. They've done some really crazy computational stuff, but what I will say is this: we're going to use the phone. We're going to take it out and take some real photos and do some videos with it as well. Like you, I'm keen to understand how good it is for vlogging, for standard like point and shoot stuff. With that stabilization, I'm sure it will be amazing. But I also want to know, you know, what's the audio quality like on recordings? You know, all the stuff that the big YouTubers will probably gloss over. I'm not too worried about the camera stabilization actually when it comes to video or even the 8K so much, but the quality of the videos is what's going to be key for me. I'm always a little bit apprehensive with Samsung phones, you know, there's always something. And last year, I forgot what it was, but there was some issues as well with the S22 Ultra. I think it was overheating on 4K after 15 minutes or something like that. I'm hoping that this one is pretty stable. I mean, there's so much power. But yeah, when it comes to photo and videos, just give me good quality, right? And talking about great quality, this is where today's sponsors CASETiFY come in. If you follow the channel, you probably know that I had a terrible experience with the S22 Ultra last year. Mostly my fault, because I smashed the display on day one whilst filming a review for it. With the S23 Ultra, you can bet the first thing I'll be doing is putting a case on it. CASETiFY sent me these ones here, which I think will look great. I mean, there's quite a few in here, some exciting red boxes for us. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. They do last very well as well. You can see here, this is the S22 Ultra. A few scratches in there. Obviously, I've been using it. To be honest, I've been using the Fold 4 a lot more than the S22 Ultra. To be perfectly honest, I've been using the Fold 4 a lot more than the S22 Ultra. But I will be giving the S23 Ultra a proper go again. And in about a week or so, I will be drop testing these cases as well, like I've done every year with every phone I try. CASETiFY, if you don't know them, they're extremely popular in the accessory world. They're really well known for their protective cases. They offer an extra level of protection by using their own inner lining here called EcoShock, which basically gives us more resistance to impact. In fact, they offer 4 times the military standards for drop test, 8.2 feet in total, which is 2.5 meters. Even though they look very sleek at the front, they've got these raised edges as well, so when you put the phone facing down, you're not going to damage your display. Protection is awesome, and CASETiFY do an awesome job at that, but my favorite thing about CASETiFY is their customization. They literally have thousands of prints for you to choose from, and not only that, you can customize the cases on the website, which is super fun to do if you want a more kind of unique style to represent your own style, you know? They are always refreshing their content too, and every now and then you see a new collab with an artist. It's hard to combine protection and sleekness, but I think CASETiFY really achieved that. CASETiFY cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials. I know in videos like this we're talking about buying plastic and more electronic devices, but it's nice to know that they pay attention to sustainability. Not only will I be giving some of my cases away in my next Samsung video, but CASETiFY are also giving you, all my viewers, a 15% discount. Just go to casetify.com/AlexG today to get your 15% off. And thanks CASETiFY again for sponsoring this video. Right, when it comes to the new processor, this is something that I'm personally very excited about, because for the last few years, we've been getting this Exynos variant here in the UK and Europe as well, and other parts of the world. But my experience has been that it starts off really bad, and then, I know, after 3 or 4 updates, some things get fixed and others get worse. You know, my Fold 4 experience has been great, and if that is anything to go by, then I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a snappy S23 Ultra. What I still don't understand though is how, even with all this power of this new Snapdragon chip, which is supposed to be the fastest ever, right? We're still hearing about things like shutter lag. I mean, what do you think about this? You know, is this shutter lag a real thing? Have you experienced it, or have you heard it, or have you seen in Reddit forums and things like that? Or is this whole thing just some BS that YouTubers like me create to make videos more interesting? Anyway, the configuration I went for is the 512 gig, which automatically bumped me to 12 gig of memory, which I was really pleased about. I'm not sure in reality how much difference that was gonna make, but it was from 8 gig to 12 gig, and I can't complain, right? It was a bit cheaper as well, which is great. Actually, shout out to Samsung for their launch deals, right? I hate their website, I have to be honest. Their ordering system is laughable, it's so bad, it's like a car crash every year. But when it comes to deals, you know, to get customers in and customers to come back as well, they do a great job. Oh, the other thing is, when it comes to the S Pen, I may have missed the memo on this. I'm not sure what happened there, but some people are not happy that we're getting the same as before. Like I said, am I missing something here? You know, what were we expecting with the S Pen? You know, maybe new gestures or new buttons? Let me know what I'm missing here. You know, I actually quite like the form factor of the current S Pen anyways, you know, how it feels in the hand, how it feels to write on the screen. Actually, it resembles a little bit my tablet, how it feels on the screen, which is very pleasant to use. One of the other things that I want to try straight away, so next week, as soon as I get it, is the first thing I'm going to be doing, is testing the call quality, because, you know, it always gets overlooked here on YouTube, and I've had such a mixed experience with Samsung before, and the iPhone as well, to be fair. You know, The Google Pixel has been the most consistent phone from a call quality perspective that I've experienced here in the UK. But I'm going to be testing that and using the phone outdoors as well. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And dare I ask, can the S23 Ultra and that amazing battery performance as well that we keep hearing about completely replace the 14 Pro Max? Epic moments are coming. See you soon. And